What's up guys, this is Scott here from Icon Vehicle Dynamics. We're down here in the shop today, messing around in the back with R&D, doing an install on an all-new 2022 Ford Superduty Lariat right behind me. This kit is going to be our 2.5-inch system with all the goodies and the all-new CDEV shocks and the IIC module. We're really excited to do this, so let's get started. A highlight of this new build are the all-new compression damping electronic valve shocks that we're installing. The CDEV utilizes the onboard Icon intelligent control computer to send signals to the shocks to basically allow them to be adjusted infinitely and electronically from inside the cab. No more getting out and adjusting the CDC valve shocks like many of you are used to. This allows for the best ride regardless of the terrain in any situation, and is adjusted all automatically without you having to do anything. This is all done through algorithms and user-defined settings to allow you to dial in the performance and the ride quality that you're really after. CDEV is an electronically controlled valve that meters the flow of oil to regulate the amount of damping force that is created by the shock when compressed. This infinitely variable valve can react in less than 40 milliseconds and has the ability to make extremely precise adjustments for varying terrain. All of the technology within the CDEV shocks and the IIC module is brought under your control using the IIC mobile app. This allows you to control the baseline settings of your shocks from front and rear independently of one another, from 1 through 10, basically soft through hard. This can be done at any point in time on your drive. You can also choose whether or not to activate the active drive mode. When active mode is activated, you have options to adjust the sensitivity of both a G-boost and a corner boost setting. These basically control the ramp up of the shock absorbers based off of the algorithm that the IIC module is running. A higher sensitivity will allow for the system to engage more frequently and will produce a more significant change in the shock damping settings when engaged. A lower setting does the opposite and will not have as significant of a ramp up in shock damping. The G-boost is looking for vertical Gs, basically jumps, bumps, holes, that sort of thing, while the corner boost is for hard cornering and works very well on-road. A higher sensitivity allows you to run a nice soft shock setting that ramps up the outside shock absorbers in a turn that really helps improve cornering response. All of the data that the IIC is collecting all the time can be accessed using your Iconic overview. You can basically start a recording of your trip. This will analyze distance covered, average speed, the number of G events that you experienced during that trip, in addition to the maximum Gs in every direction, both forward, backward, lateral, up and down, everything as well. So there's a lot of information to be had here, and it's really handy to have for the planning your future trips and setting up the tuning of your shocks for everything moving forward. The beauty of the combination of the CDEV shocks and the IIC module allows for the instantaneous adjustment of the shocks on the fly. This allows for you to run a softer shock setting as your baselines for a nice smoother terrain or when you don't really need it to be operating at its highest performance. But depending on your G boost settings and your corner boost settings, this allows the shocks to ramp up basically instantaneously once the IIC module detects an event that warrants the shocks to be much stiffer than they are for your baseline. Prevents you from sneaking up on something off-road that's one of those gotcha moments that maybe the shocks were a little too soft for, but for the rest of your trip everything was nice and smooth and you would normally have to get out and change that. So now it's much easier and on the fly, and immediately goes back to your baseline after the G event is ended, and so you basically don't feel that anything has changed. The system works very consistently, and the fact that you don't feel much difference in the ride over the different terrain lets you know that everything is working like it should be. Make sure you check out all these great products up on iconvehicledynamics.com. Follow us on social media at IVD Suspension on Instagram and on Facebook. Catch you guys next time.